welcome to Parkinson's Disease Nutrition's online dairy versus non-dairy talk. My name is Vanessa Leszczuk. I am co-founder, CEO, nutritionist, and chef at Parkinson's Disease Nutrition. I started Parkinson's Disease Nutrition with my friend and co-founder, Teresa Kitchens. We go around, we talk about nutrition and health and food for people with Parkinson's. We try and make it relatable, easier to trade out some of the bad stuff for the good stuff. We provide recipes, one-on-one consults, cooking classes, or recorded webinars like this, or recorded videos like this right now. So we just really try and get that information out there of what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating, and how can we help you with that transition. So today we're going to talk about dairy. I'm going to attach some slides to this video. If they're not there, you can go to our website parkinsonsdiseasenutrition.com, and under our resources, our dairy talk will be under there. It's a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, so you can feel free to read it, to print it if you'd like, share it with your friends. We put that up there so all the information is accessible. So in our talks, we usually talk general nutrition. We've been doing this specialized dairy talk because we get so many questions about it. It's just a whole topic in its own. Dairy for people with Parkinson's is really bad. There's research that shows that it is linked to adding to Parkinson's symptoms. There's links that the chemicals that are used in dairy processing and farming and just chemicals in our environment live in those cows. Those cows are ingesting those toxins and chemicals. You're ingesting the foods that those cows are providing, and you're accumulating all of those toxins and chemicals in your body, and they eventually start to affect your brain, which is where the Parkinson's is, and here we are. There's some good research on our website about it. I won't go into all of that right now because I just really want to talk about kind of some of the substitutions. And it's actually really hard to talk about that presentation without my presentation available. So I'm going to start with milks. We are told from tiny little babies, whether it's breastfed and then we go to formula and then we go to 2% milk on our bottles, or we skip the whole breastfeeding, we go to formula and we go to milk. We have milk at dinner, we have milk in our cereals, we cook with milk, we drink chocolate milk. It's just kind of something that in our society we're told to do because it's good for us. It provides calcium, vitamin D, it's good for our bones. All of that is crap. Don't listen to it. Stop drinking the milk. We want to change out your milk for some non-dairy milks. So non-dairy milks, and I will add a list of non-dairy milk brands so you can kind of familiarize yourself. In Tucson specifically, we have natural grocers. We have Sprouts, we have Whole Foods, we have Trader Joe's, we have Target, we have Walmart, Safeway, Fry's, Albertsons, Bashas'. Those are the top stores I know here. All of those places have plant-based milks. They might be right in the milk section. They might be right to the side of the milk section. They might have their own plant-based or non-dairy section in the grocery store. There's hundreds of different kinds and varieties. So plant-based milk is made by taking a different product and milking it, essentially, kind of like they do to cows. So for coconut milk is the water out of the coconut. They turn it into a milk product, milk. Or they take the meat of the coconut and they process that down by blending it, soaking it with water, straining it, and making a milk product. When you're cooking savory dishes, you always want an unsweetened product. This is unsweet, this is unsweet, this is chocolate, so this is going to be sweet. So when cooking savory dishes, you want to use an unsweet, plain product. You don't want it to say vanilla or chocolate. So here's a coconut one. I got this at Target just the other day because I needed milk during the coronavirus apocalypse, and that's what they had. So I got that. This one I think my son picked up for me when I asked him to grab milk. So these are non-GMO. The products in them are water, cashews. This has almonds, vitamins, and mineral blend. So these are fortified. These are going to have you know, some of those vitamins and minerals that you need. They're a good substitution for savory dishes, drinking, putting in your cereal, baking with. Anything you need a milk for, you can use these plant-based milks. Cashew milk is made by soaking the cashews in water, kind of like I did on our cashew cream video. Go over there and check that one out. And then you drain them, you blend them, I believe, with more water, and then you use a cheesecloth and you strain that, and so it creates a milky product from a nut. Almond milk is another one. I have some almond creamer here. Not the best because it still has, you know, this has sugar, water, almonds, pea protein, sunflower oil, potassium citrate, baking soda, probably to thicken it maybe, sunflower lecithin. That's not bad. Natural flavor, sea salt, and gel and gum. Actually, this is a lot better than I thought. So this is dairy and lactose-free, gluten-free, soy-free, carrageenan-free. Stay away from carrageenan. No saturated fat, cholesterol-free. No artificial colors or flavors. So this is an almond creamer. It does already have your sweetener in it, so you don't need to add sugar. Well, unless you like your coffee super, super sweet. I don't add sugar to this. So the difference between a creamer and a milk, if I could pour it out, I would show you. This creamer is going to be thicker. So when you pour it in your coffee, it's going to hold its texture and consistency. It's going to make your coffee creamier. It's not going to water it down or make it too cold. Milk, on the other hand, is not so thick. So it's going to be waterier. It's going to kind of cool your coffee down. You're going to need a lot more than a cream. And you're probably still going to have to add sugar because there's no sugar in this. So I always recommend having a coffee creamer. If you do like coffee and you need a creamer, a good substitute is a plant-based creamer. So here's our milk. We put those to the side. We went over our coffee creamer. This is chocolate milk. My daughter loves chocolate milk. Again, this is not organic. It is non-GMO. It is dairy-free. It is fortified. It is minimal ingredients in it, which is great. There's no carrageenan. I prefer organic, but right now it's really hard to go out and go grocery shopping. It's hard to find organic things, so I'm doing the best that we can here without, you know, going to 100 different stores or just making myself crazy because there's nothing. It's out of my control. So don't get stressed out. That's kind of my message there. This is open because I just used it for a different video. Watch the chocolate mousse video and you'll see what I did with the coconut cream. This is coconut cream. Although I wouldn't call it a milk, it's still kind of a milk substitute. If desperate times, desperate measures, you needed a milk for something, you could take this coconut cream, which is thick, it's the fuller fat, and water it down. So add some warm water, get that fat melted, and then you could use this as a milk substitute for baking, possibly in cereal, cooking if you had to. I mean, a lot of curries and stuff call for coconut cream or coconut milk. So this is just kind of another good thing to know that, hey, I don't have any milk. I don't have any almond milk today. What do I have? Oh, I have some coconut cream. I can make milk out of this. Okay, our next thing we're going to go to is yogurt. Yogurt is good for you. It's got some good probiotics. It's got, you know, good digestive health stuff. It's got vitamins and minerals usually. This is Trader Joe's coconut milk yogurt. This is So Delicious coconut milk yogurt, raspberry flavored. Forager cashew milk yogurt. They also make an almond milk, I believe. This one is not plant-based. This is Oui. It's made by Yoplait. I have this to show you that they do make a plant-based one. They come in these glass jars with these little tops. They're delicious. They're very thick. They're like that. Well, it says French style, so there you go. It's very thick. Has the fruit on the bottom. They have them in, I don't know, like maybe a handful of different flavors. But it will say dairy-free on it. So just look for that. These yogurts are all, besides this one at Trader Joe's, because it's specifically Trader Joe's. You can find these again at any of those grocery stores. Whoops, that's open. Any of those grocery stores that are in your area, they'll have some of these plant-based yogurts. They're going to be where the yogurt is in your grocery store. They might be a little bit off to the side, or just ask somebody. They might have special tags that, you know, are like green, or it'll say like dairy-free, and then you'll know that that's where the dairy-free section is. So it's going to take a little bit of changing your routine at the grocery store to find these things. Don't do it right now in this middle of the chaos. Now is not the time to be exploring grocery stores. But I think you can do online grocery shopping service too, where you can order cold things and, you know, drive up and pick it up or have them delivered. You can try that when you're, you know, online shopping. Look for some of these brands. If you need help finding things in your area, please feel free to contact us. We will do whatever we can remotely from here to assist you in any way possible. Next, we're going to go to butter. This is Smart Balance butter. I found it because it was at Costco and they came in a 2-pack for a relatively cheap price, and it said vegan in the store. So this is plant-based butter. This just means they use a different oil to make the butter instead of, you know, the milk fat for regular butter. So this has, let's see, a vegetable oil blend, olive oils, sunflower lecithin, and then it's fortified. So not a bad option. That's the Smart Balance. There's another one called Earth Balance. It comes in a tiny little square like this, a square little butter container. That one's really good. They do have that in organic, and they have it in like made out of soy, made out of olive oil. There's a couple different brands for allergies out there. This is a new favorite we've found. It's Country Crock, which most of us know they make like a margarine type butter thing in a big brown container. I grew up on that, so this name is very familiar. But this is called plant butter. They have avocado oil butter. I forget the other ones. I think almond oil butter. I think there's 2 other, and I can't remember the types. This is in the regular butter section. I found this at Walmart. Random, I know. And they have them in these boxes of 4 little rectangles, or you can get them in a tub too. Next, we're going to go to mayonnaise. I know mayonnaise isn't technically dairy. However, it comes up a lot when we're talking about non-dairy because people go to mayonnaise as a creamy white substance, kind of like all the rest of our dairy products. So mayonnaise is usually made out of eggs and oil. This is Best Foods Vegan Dressing and Spread. It says rich and creamy taste, plant-based. This tastes just like mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I know, I love it. My daughter loves it too. So we always have mayonnaise around here, plant-based. There used to be more brands, but then there was this big hullabaloo of people calling vegan mayonnaise mayo. So actually this doesn't even say mayonnaise on it. It says vegan dressing and spread. So this is going to be made out of sunflower oil, water, a starch, vinegar, a little bit of sugar, lemon juice, and probably some salt to help preserve it. So again, not one of the best products, but if you like mayonnaise, go for a plant-based substitution. Get away from the eggs, which is in regular mayonnaise. Here you go. I found this at Walmart also. Okay, whipped cream. This we found at Target. So this is an almond milk whipped cream. Trader Joe's has a coconut milk whipped cream. I know there's a couple other brands. I don't know. I think, well, this is Ready Whip, but they make another plant-based whipped cream. I just can't remember what it's made out of. So this is a good substitution. It's just like regular whipped cream. The coconut one has a little bit of a coconut taste to it. This doesn't really. You can also use coconut cream to make whipped cream. So take your can of coconut cream cold. This is cold, that's why it's solidified. Otherwise it would be watery. Take a can of cold coconut cream, put it in your stand mixer or use a hand mixer. You could even use a blender or a food processor. Whatever you have that's going to be high-speed blend, put a little bit of sugar in it, or honey or maple syrup, agave, powdered sugar, some sort of sweetener in it, and mix it up. It'll get super thick and fluffy, and then refrigerate it, and then you'll have a whipped cream substitution that you made at home out of just a can of coconut cream and some little bit of sweetener. We are going to now talk about cheese. I only have this brand of cheese in my fridge right now, but there are so many other brands. I will attach a PDF to this talk for different cheese brands. This one is BioLife. I happened to just find it the other day. We have is Natural Grocers. It's kind of an Arizona local grocery store. Very, very small, smaller than Trader Joe's. It's made with coconut oil and fortified with B12. So this has coconut oil, again, a starch, potato starch, salt, olive extract, and then it's fortified. I don't recommend using all of these processed things. However, if you just really need a grilled cheese one day, or some nachos with some stringy delicious cheese, I would rather you use a plant-based cheese than a dairy-based cheese, because we really want people with Parkinson's to get away from that dairy. So if you need to break it and do something terrible like this, I have this in my fridge. I use this. If my daughter wants a grilled cheese one day, this is what I'm going to make her. So you don't want to completely take away all of the things out of your house, so then when you limit yourself to what you can have, then you kind of fall back on bad habits easier than just having a bad habit already that's a healthier version of the bad habit at your, accessible to you. So then you can fall back on that and be like, you know what, this week I just really want a grilled cheese sandwich. It's not the healthiest thing. Have it with a salad or maybe some broccoli or a smoothie. Kind of balance it out, but at least you're doing something better for your body than depriving it and making yourself stressed out and not wanting to eat, or eating things that we already know due to research is bad for people with Parkinson's. So get yourself a really great non-dairy cheese. I love this. If you can find this, try it. You'll probably love it too. It melts really well. This is smoked provolone, so it does have that smoky provolone-y taste. I'll show you what it looks like. It's a little bit expensive. Do keep that in mind. But you know what? It's worth it. So they're just white little slices, just like a sliced cheddar or provolone. Try it out. You'll love it. These are non-GMO. Closer to organic than not. Next, we're going to go to vegan mac and cheese. Again, this is a processed product. I'm not telling you to eat this every day. However, I would rather you have some of this organic vegan mac and cheese than some 99-cent Kraft mac and cheese, which is made of artificial everything. So this tells you what's in it. Organic pasta, organic vegan cheddar flavor seasoning. So rice syrup solids, oil, sea salt, pea protein, natural flavors, sunflower lecithin, which happens to be in all of these things to thicken, vitamins and minerals. So try this out. It'll give you that visual of mac and cheese. It'll give you the texture of mac and cheese. It'll touch your tongue and taste like a mac and cheese. It's not going to taste exactly like your Kraft mac and cheese, but it's going to be so similar that you can trick your brain into the substitution. Add some salsa to it, add some extra spices to it, add some broccoli to it. So you can add things into it too to still give you that mac and cheese healthier balance. Again, another kind of vegan junk food thing that we're not saying live off of, but it's a good substitution. It's a much healthier substitution than that 99-cent box of Kraft mac and cheese. Let's talk ice cream. Ice cream is always a popular subject at our talks. People with Parkinson's tend to want to eat sweeter things. I think they need that more depth of flavor for their palates because they are losing their sense of smell and their sense of taste. And honestly, who doesn't love ice cream anyways? So these are 4 different brands that we have found at all the different stores. Ben & Jerry's. This is at every single grocery store you go to. This is coconut 7-layer bar, non-dairy frozen dessert. You gotta look a little bit because just by looking and glancing, walking by, it doesn't look like it's any different. But it does say non-dairy. It does say non-dairy up here. It says made with almond milk. It is non-GMO, still not organic, but we're closer. It's still going to be full of sugar. I haven't actually compared the sugar content in this as opposed to regular ice cream because I haven't bought regular ice cream and I have no idea. But maybe one of these days I'll look it up. So it's still going to taste like ice cream. It's going to look like ice cream. It's going to have all the same flavors of ice cream. Obviously, you can tell I like this ice cream. This is mine. I take a bite of it every night. Snickerdoodle. So delicious. They also make this yogurt over here. So now you're familiarizing yourself with these labels and these products. So Delicious is all non-dairy. They don't make anything not non-dairy. So This is Snickerdoodle. This is my brother's girlfriend. She picked this one out. She really likes it. This is made with cashew milk. We found this at Target. This might be a little bit harder to find than a Ben & Jerry's, but it's still a pretty popular brand. I know they have it at Safeway, Target, and Fry's. And then, of course, like Whole Foods. This is a little bit healthier ice cream. This is made out of bananas. So it's a banana-based, non-dairy frozen dessert. It's made out of bananas. It's chocolate chip. So it's got chocolate and then chunks of chocolate as a chocolate ice cream. It's a little frosted over, but that's what that looks like. And then here's my favorite one. You can only find it at Target because it's Target's brand. It's called Archer Farms. Non-dairy vanilla cake and cookie dough. Delicious. It tastes like vanilla cake and cookie dough. It's incredible. It's still going to have all the crap in it though. So be careful. Again, these are things that if you eat ice cream and you have to have that little bit of ice cream, or you have to have some mac and cheese, or you need to have a grilled cheese, whatever it's for, emotional comfort, or to a tasting comfort, or because you're stuck in quarantine and need something else to eat. We don't say to eat these all the time. These aren't your go-tos, but these are really good swap outs. They're better than having that dairy. Just watch your ingredients. Like I said, this has less ingredients down here. This has the most ingredients. Maybe because it does have cookie dough and the vanilla cake in it, but I mean, it's still full of sugar and stuff. But just better options than eating your regular milk-based ice creams. And then last but not least, protein powder. I know people with Parkinson's don't need, they need to watch their protein interactions with their medications. That's a huge problem. You want to make sure you avoid protein around eating your meals. Taking your medication, sorry. So you want to wait an hour after you've eaten, or an hour before you take your medication. An hour before you eat to take your medication. So you just need an hour window on each side. Here's your medication, here's your hour window, here's your hour window before, after. You want to avoid the protein because it interacts with your medication. So when you eat a higher protein meal and then take your medication, that protein is being absorbed in your body and it's not letting the medication absorb. So it's kind of blocking it in a way. To get the full effect of your medication, you want to take your medication not around any protein meals. So avoid protein during your days, specifically morning and afternoon. If you're going to have a high protein meal, do it at night, kind of like at the end of your day, still preferably after medication absorption so you get a better effect. So back to the protein powder. This is an organic plant-based protein powder. There's no whey in it. There's no animal products whatsoever. It is organic. If you need a protein powder for whatever you may need it for, use this. This is great. They also have this I found this at Walgreens of all places. I was at Walgreens the other day and they had this, so I got it there. It was on sale for like $17.99. But they have it at Costco. They do have smaller versions at other grocery stores, Walmart. So if you do need a protein powder, if you work out a lot and you take a protein powder, or maybe you've been referred to taking a protein powder, do a plant-based protein powder. Try and do an organic one because that's even better for you. So that is what we have for our non-dairy versus dairy substitutions. I think I've covered all of our dairy products that we generally use. There will be a list of different brands and products that they carry. Just go out, familiarize yourself with some of these brands. Go look around the grocery stores when things are not so crazy. Maybe even look online a little bit. Call us, talk to us, email us. We'll give you more substitution ideas. Or maybe you have a specific recipe that calls for milk, butter, and eggs, and you want to make it plant-based and non-dairy. Call us, email us, text us. We'll add our contact information to this top. You can get a hold of us. We'll help you transition those recipes to non-dairy recipes. We have a cookbook that's out in a couple weeks. I've changed the format. It was supposed to be a regular light bound cookbook, but now I'm doing it in a binder style. So it's more interactive. You can take out the recipes that you don't like or don't want to use. You can get more recipes from us as I let them out, as I release them. You can print them off or get them mailed to you and add them to your binder. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop for all the recipes that we're creating. And then if you find other ones online, you can print them out and put them in this binder. So that'll be coming out. Look for that on our website. And I hope you enjoyed this talk. Do check out our slides for the dairy and Parkinson's talk. It's more scientific. It has more in-depth information. I really just wanted to kind of go over this stuff with you. But check that out. I will do that specific talk on a video. Just need to learn how to put the slides up while I'm talking. All right. Thanks. I hope you'd enjoy this series of classes. This followed by the 3 non-dairy desserts non-dairy recipes that we made afterwards. Again, sorry it wasn't live and interactive like I initially had planned, but it's crazy out there, and I didn't really, think it was great to have someone else coming in the home to help moderate this. Also, 100 people trying to do all the recipes at the same time on a live webinar would have been mad chaos. Clearly, I was not thinking before I launched that program, or maybe it just got so full, I guess I didn't even fathom that, over 200 people would sign up and probably at least 100 of them would actually, view it live. So this is the best we could do. I'm not going to edit these videos because if I do that, I will never post these. I'm just putting this on there so we know. So please enjoy my imperfect videos, but I hope you get the message and the information you're looking for or may need. Do feel free to reach out to us. We'll be here all through Corona